Okay, so on the division map for the growth results from fall to spring, growth here is based on the comparison of the fall RIT scores and the spring RIT scores. We increased in all areas except for 11th grade reading. There's no spring data for 12th grade reading due to seniors graduating before we gave the map test. So the growth for the 12th grade reading is based on a comparison from the fall to the winter. Okay, so when we look at the division, the spring map, overall division math, spring data showed a decrease by 5% in the number of students falling below the 41st percentile compared to that of the fall data at 56%. And when you look at our overall division reading, spring data showed an increase of 3% in the number of students falling below the 41st percentile compared to that of the fall data of 43.
All right, so just a few takeaways from this is that, again, the goal of these norm reference tests, such as MAP, is to just measure the improvement of a student's ability to learn and apply what they have learned. Overall, as Mr. Maddox has just said, from the fall 21 to the spring of 22, MAP showed RIT growth across the division in both math and reading. The division average math growth for grades K through 12 was 11 RIT points, and then the division average growth in reading from K through 12 was 6 RIT points. Again, keeping in mind that MAP considers that 41st to the 60th percentile as the average range, we were able to see that in the fall, those students who may have been at the tier 3 and tier 2 range were able to, by springtime, increase and be falling into more of a tier 1 range, which again would be that 41st percentile or above. And that we are continuing to make strides as we work toward the goal of achieving, closing that learning gap that we've seen due to the pandemic. And we have also been able to see a correlation with our MAP versus what our growth has been with the growth calculations that the BDOE have put in place from our fall growth assessments to that of our SOL test. Any questions?
Board, do you have any questions?
Not right now.
I like the map testing. I think it's more of a comment, I guess. But the map testing, I really just, I'm a proponent of. I think it, because everybody, the